What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of the God Next podcast. I'm your host, Mitch Baldwin. My co-host, Dono.
What's going on?
Yep. We got the divisional round coming up. So, had to talk about some NFL action, which means you already know we had to get Bennet, Bones, Nate Ash. How you doing, B?
Good, man. I feel 6-0. 6-0, man. Even though my Steelers lost, I'm a little defeated, but I'm really undefeated if you really think about it.
Yeah, I mean, I had a few days to prepare for that loss, man. I think we all knew that one was coming, yeah. Unfortunately, the Cowboys are no longer in the playoffs either, so I'm right at home with you, fellow. But today we're going to be covering some divisional round of the NFL playoffs. We got some good matchups coming up. We got 4 games this weekend, so without further ado, let's get into the action. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, all that type of stuff, and enjoy the intro.
Yo, turn it up, Slack. I can't hear nothing.
First, we'll go to our Saturday matchups. The very first game, we got the Bengals playing the Titans at 4:30 in Tennessee. Titans, obviously, we're the one and only team in the AFC with a bye week. They're looking to get Derrick Henry back for the first time since very late October. And the Bengals are coming off their first playoff win in 31 years against the Raiders. So makes for a good game. The Titans are a favorite by 3.5, I believe. I'm going to pick the Titans just based on the fact that they have to win this game. I mean, if you really think about it, if the Titans win this game, they honestly, in my opinion, they got to think about their future at quarterback, because if they lose this game, it's going to be because Ryan Tannehill couldn't stay toe-to-toe with Joe Burrow. And with how many dogs there are in the AFC, I don't know if the Titans can't deliver this year or very soon. They're going to need to think about getting a new QB, but I'm not there yet, obviously. I think the Titans win this game. I think they have the more experienced team, the overall better team, and I think it'll be somewhat close, but I think when the clock hits 000, the Titans will have more points.
This is going to be a great game, and I feel like honestly this could be probably the best game of the weekend, to be completely honest. But something just tells me it's hard to go against Joe Burrow, man. I like the Cincinnati Bengals in this one. If there has been a struggle with the Tennessee Titans this year, it's been the back end of their defense. So their secondary, I would say their corners are not that stout. And another problem I don't believe in, when it comes to the playoffs, you have to have a quarterback that you trust, that you believe in. And I just feel like right now, with the streak the Bengals are on and how Joe Burrow is playing, it's just hard to go against them. And the last couple times the Titans have been the 1 seed in the playoffs, I don't even think they've made the conference championship game. So I'm taking the Bengals in this one. It will be a very tight matchup, but I just think Joe Burrow's too much. He throws for 300, and the Bengals win.
So I'm going to start off my thing with a question. So is Derrick Henry officially playing in this game?
It hasn't been official, on paper, but very, very likely he's going to play. He's been practicing the last 2 weeks. I think they'll say it the last minute that he's playing.
Man, I think that's a game changer. Depends on – honestly, I think that this game comes down to what version of Derrick Henry they get. Tannehill's not going to throw you into a game. He's probably not going to – he can sometimes throw you out of a game, but I don't think he's going to do that necessarily.
Right.
Yeah, I think it just really comes down to that. And with Derrick Henry having been out all this time, the Bengals still have Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, Mixon. You know what I'm saying? They still got some dogs. So I'm going to rock with the Bengals here just because, Derrick Henry was really dominant when he was playing, but it's been a long time, and Tannehill was just not that guy, honestly. But he's enough to, win their division because there's not that many good teams in their division, but, they're decent. So I'm going to rock with the Bengals for this weekend.
Looks like I'm the only sole Titans believer in the room, but with that being said, we'll move to the Saturday night matchup at 8:30. We got the Packers hosting the 49ers in 2 degrees Lambeau Field. Now, the funny thing behind this game is Aaron Rodgers is 0-3 against the Niners in the playoffs in his career. Lost once in Lambeau, twice in San Francisco. He's lost them in the wild card game, a divisional game, and an NFC championship game. This is another divisional game, obviously. They played 2 years ago in the championship game, and the Niners ran all over them. However, since that game, the Packers are 2-0 against the Niners. Both wins coming in San Francisco, including one this year that was a really tight game on Sunday Night Football. I think the Packers were up the whole game, and the Niners took the lead with like 30 seconds left, a 28-27 lead. But then Aaron Rodgers, of course, did Aaron Rodgers type stuff and got in the field goal range where they won the game. Obviously, wouldn't be surprised if games close. I don't think any of the games this week are total mismatches. However, out of the 4 games, this seems to be the least competitive one, just due to the fact that the Niners are a 6 seed and the Packers are the 1 seed. The Packers have the best record in football and the league MVP, Aaron Rodgers. So, I mean, I think the Niners are going to keep it close for a while, but I think where the Niners lose it is when the game gets thrown on Jimmy G's shoulders. You even saw little glimpses of it last week against the Cowboys. He missed a wide open receiver down the field for a touchdown that would have put him up 30-7 instead of having that very stressful ending for both teams, which it definitely was. They could have put the game away early. Not saying, Dallas did their own part too by digging themselves holes and getting penalties, but Jimmy G had a couple of chances to close that game, and it looked like he didn't come through. He's obviously a decent quarterback, but he's not Aaron Rodgers, and it's probably going to be his last game as a Niner as they look to move on to Trey Lance. I just don't see the Niners winning this game. I still think it's the Packers' year. They're my Super Bowl pick, so I got the Packers.
Yeah, I just feel like this will be an extremely close game because the Niners always play the Packers tough. But I just feel like this is one of those, I just feel like it's destiny this year for the Packers. The Buccaneers are severely injured. They have home field advantage. It's no excuse for the Packers to not at least make the Super Bowl. And the Niners are coming into the game a little banged up as well. Nick Bosa, may not play with the concussion, and then the All-Pro linebacker Warner is hurt as well. And then the Niners also have problems in their secondary, and that's the wrong problem to have going against Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams. So I like the Packers in this one.
Yeah, definitely gonna take the Packers in this one. They're having a great season right now, and like B said, I think that there's no reason for them not to make the Super Bowl this year. So, I just want to talk just a little bit about the game last week, man. It really made me mad, dog. Dude, I said it since Dak was drafted, though. Like, he's just not that guy, and I've never believed that he was that guy. I never did. Like, when I got Cowboys jerseys this year, I got 2 CD Lamb jerseys just so I can avoid Dak Prescott jersey. I don't like Dak Prescott. I never have. He's good for a 4th round pick, but he was a 4th round pick for a reason. That's all I'm gonna say. Now, taking the Packers this week, though. Cowboys in the trash can right now, man. We got to get rid of Dak, bro. $75 million, and he's garbage. 7 points through 3 quarters, bro. Has to go.
Yeah, to your point, you don't get paid $75 million and you don't come up in clutch moments. That's what you get paid for. That's why you get paid the big boy dollars. You get paid to make those plays. He didn't make them. You're right.
What's even worse is he's not even taking accountability for it. They're blaming the refs right now. And that's even worse. That's the worst attitude you can have about what just happened.
If you let the game get into the refs' hands, you lost it yourself.
You lost already. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. So it's like I'm passionate about this. Let's move on, man. Next game, dog. Dude.
So now we're on to Sunday. These games just keep getting better and better. Sunday at 3:00, the Rams are going to Tampa to play the Buccaneers. Now this is a Week 3 rematch. The Rams beat them 34-24 in Week 3. I think we all predicted the Rams to win that game at that time, but we also talked about in that podcast how they could probably be playing each other in the playoffs. I know pretty much every conversation I had with a friend or another fan that week, I said these teams will probably play each other again, and we might have a different perspective on it in that game. However, I am like this close to picking the Rams to win that game, just because the Bucs are a little injured, and ever since Brady's been a Buccaneer, McVay's 2-0 against them. However, Brady is 2-0 against the Rams in the playoffs, both Super Bowls, dating back to his first Super Bowl as a Patriot and his last Super Bowl as a Patriot. So, I mean, it's an interesting game. This game is made for TV, man. Everyone in the world is going to be watching this, man. But can Matthew Stafford really erase his past and go from Detroit to beating Tom Brady on the road in a playoff game? That's where I start to draw the line a little bit. But however, if you take away the 2 quarterbacks from the game, I think the Rams are the better team. I mean, and they're the more healthy team too. Yeah. And I think watching that Buccaneers-Eagles game last week, obviously the Bucs dominated them, no surprise there. But they lost a couple linemen during that game, and it's a playoff game. They're going to do everything they can to play. But you're talking about unhealthy all-star linemen. They are all-stars, but they're going up against Aaron Donald, man, who usually 5 linemen can't handle. So it's like, I'm this close to picking the Rams to win this game. I really, really want to, but I can't go against Brady in the playoffs yet. I am going to next week if they play the Packers, but God, I really want to pick the Rams to win this game so badly. I really think they can do it. Like, it's not like they're going in the warm weather.
Go with your gut.
But they are going across the country, man. But and it's just, Sean McVay's a better coach. Sean McVay's a better coach than Bruce Arians. The Rams are literally better than the Buccaneers in every facet of the game, except for quarterback, and that's why I'm going with the Buccaneers.
What's hilarious?
I'm this close to picking the Rams, man. I'm this close, but I can't go against Brady.
Just literally, as you were saying, every sign points to the Rams winning this game, except quarterback, and that's why I'm taking the Bucs this week. I'm taking the Buccaneers to win this week. The Rams have the better team; they have the better everything, but I just do not trust Matthew Stafford. I feel like the Rams defense dominated versus the Cardinals, and they kind of took a lot of the pressure off of Stafford, who had an okay game. It wasn't a bad game, but Brady's had too many go-arounds in the postseason with a lack of weapons or without anything. So I like the Bucs this week. I feel like Brady and Gronk go back to their New England ways, and I feel like the Bucs win this one.
Dude, it's funny because as soon as we started talking about this, I was thinking Rams, right? And both of you guys kind of talked me out of that. As soon as you said Matthew Stafford, and I'm like, you know what? He hasn't really been on a playoff run yet. And, you know, you don't bet against Brady. You know, that's just something you don't do, you know? And I said that last year when everybody here got upset when they won. Look, you don't bet against Brady. So, look, I'm not going to bet against Brady this week. I am going to rock with Tampa Bay. But, Lord, is it hard. Aaron Donald, a beast, obviously, as you know. Jalen Ramsey, a beast, as you know. Von Miller, a beast, as you know. And Odell is looking like Odell is in his bag right now. He really is. He's proven everybody wrong.
The problem.
I knew it the whole time. I really did. I knew it the whole time, man. Yeah. And it's really good to see him succeeding right now. Of course, they still got Cooper Kupp, dude. It's so hard for me to pick the Buccaneers right now, but I am going to rock with the Bucs. My heart says the Rams. My mind is saying the Bucs. Rocking with the Bucs.
Bro, I'm starting to think, what if Tom Brady went to the Rams in free agency instead of the Bucs? I don't think they could have afforded him at the time because they had that Jared Goff contract that they should have never paid. But like, just imagine how dirty the Rams would be if they had Tom Brady.
Nah, that's like if the Brooklyn Nets get rid of Kyrie and pick up LeBron. Not fair.
Yeah,
not fair at all.
Like, we're so close to picking the Rams in this game. All of us, like, we all agree they're the better team, but they just don't have the better quarterback, which is like 75% of football, honestly.
I feel like it's more than that, bro. Whoever's behind the line of scrimmage, I think it has a lot to do with whether you're going to win or not. You know, so.
And finally, speaking of just a marquee quarterback matchup, one that we'll see for the next 15 years probably, Josh Allen versus Patrick Mahomes, and that's how Divisional Weekend is going to end. 6:30 at Kansas City. Bills versus Chiefs, a rematch of the AFC Championship last year, rematch of Week 5 where the Bills absolutely obliterated the Chiefs. I picked that upset. I remember the Bills won 38-20. Am I going to pick that upset again?
Nope.
I can't see the Bills getting the sweep, but I can. Also, it's kind of like the Rams Patriots, or the Rams Bucs. I'm sorry. I think like the Bills might have the better team. Honestly, they had the most dominant win out of any team in the wild card round. Although the Chiefs and Rams were a close second, both of them. But I mean, the Chiefs are going from playing a Big Ben who can't move to Josh Allen, who all he does is move. Like it presents itself a big challenge. And the Bills really, like, if they're going to make a statement as a team, they got to win this game, or else, you know, they're going to have the same question marks heading into next year. Like they're going to be like what the Houston Rockets were of basketball when they took the Warriors to 7 but couldn't win. You know what I mean? They're just like, you thought you were as good as us, but you're really not, and you never will be, because, you know, we have Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, and Travis Kelce. No one's got an answer for that. If the Chiefs win this game, they're probably winning the AFC. I mean, the Chiefs struggle against the Titans in the regular season, but I don't know that they would in the AFC Championship. And of course, if the Bengals win and the Chiefs win, the Chiefs will get a home championship game, which I don't think the Bengals would beat the Chiefs on the road. Anyway, I'll get to that next week whenever, you know, the matchups are formed. But God, I really want to pick the Bills too for this game, but I think the Chiefs. I just love these games, man. This is, other than the fact that my team's not playing this weekend, this is the best divisional football weekend I've witnessed in my lifetime, man. I'm sure the games are going to live up to that, but I got the Chiefs advancing the AFC Championship for the fourth year in a row.
Yeah, this is just like you said. This is a great time to be a football fan, an NFL fan. Every game is a great game on paper. Um, this Bills Chiefs one is. I feel like it's going to be a back and forth game. This could be one of those who has the ball last type of games. Um, it's just hard to see the Chiefs losing at home. Patrick Mahomes already has that championship pedigree. The last 3 years he's been to at minimum the AFC Championship game.
They've hosted the AFC Championship the last 3 years, and his only 2 playoff losses in his career to Brady. One in the championship game in 2018 and the Super Bowl last year against the Buccaneers.
Yeah, so with stats like that, it's just hard to go against Mahomes. Even though the Chiefs had a lull to start the year, they hit their stride and they've just been different ever since. So I like the Chiefs at home this week, but I feel like it can come down to a field goal if time expires or something like that. It will by no means be a blowout at all.
All right, guys, it's gonna be a hard one. All right, it's gonna be a hard one to pick because while Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs are hot right now, I think we saw it very early in the beginning of the season. They're kind of vulnerable at times. They can definitely be vulnerable. But we've also seen that from the Bills. If I'm not mistaken, they lost to the Jaguars. All right, and that hurts. You know what I mean? It's hard to pick a team that loses to the Jaguars. Because we saw what happened with the Colts, and now they might be getting rid of their quarterback just because they lost to the Jaguars.
Yeah,
it's a big situation. So once you just walk with me, right? Just think about this. I'm gonna paint a picture for you guys, right? It's a wild, wild west. All right, we got 2 gunners. All right, it's a windy day. Sand's going everywhere. It's a shootout. Who you got? You got Josh Allen. You got Patrick Mahomes. I'm picking Patrick Mahomes. I'm picking him every time. All right, because I think I think it's gonna be a shootout. I really do. It's gonna be about who can show up in those big moments and who can make plays. I'm going with Patrick Mahomes. I think he's definitely the more talented quarterback of the two. I think that Patrick Mahomes, while he's not like a Lamar Jackson as far as mobility, he's pretty damn mobile, especially for how good his arm is. He's a pretty good dual threat. So, and Josh Allen, I can't really say the same about him. He's a good runner and all that, but I don't think he's as accurate or can do the same type of things that Patrick Mahomes can do with the football. So I'm going to have to rock with Patrick Mahomes here in the Chiefs, but difficult pick, definitely. And I think that this is one of the harder games to predict here just because I think that both teams have shown vulnerabilities like throughout the regular season. So it's going to be a good game for sure and a good weekend of football. But real quick, can everybody give one game that they think like the underdog might win?
I got the if there's going to be an upset, obviously the Bengals would be the most obvious upset just because they have a better quarterback and that could always propel a team to victory in the playoffs. But if the Rams win, I'm going to regret that I didn't have the courage to make that pick because I kind of see the Rams winning that game. Like I literally can envision them winning that game. But it's also like Stafford went from 0 playoff wins and having a losing career in Detroit to going to the Rams in 1 year and beating Brady on the road in the playoffs. Like that's far-fetched right there, but he's in the perfect position to do it, honestly. Like Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey, 2 best at their positions in the league. Cooper Kupp's been the best wide receiver this year. I'm not sure he is the best receiver. I think that's probably Devontae Adams, but Cooper Kupp's probably the very next best, and not to mention he's playing with Stafford and Devontae Adams is playing with Aaron Rodgers. So like Cooper Kupp could very well be the best receiver in football. And the Rams have a run by committee team. All their running backs run well, and their offensive line is amazing. The Buccaneers' whole offense is amazing, but they got some injuries, and they lost Antonio Brown and Chris Godwin. So it's all Gronk and Mike Evans. It's not like you're going to get beat by Rashad Perriman or Cyril Green or whatever his name is. Like the Rams literally can put all their attention on guarding Mike Evans and Gronk, while the Bucs got to worry about Odell, Cooper Kupp, Tyler Higbee, Sony Michel, Cam Akers is back now. Like it's like these guys got weapons. Like Stafford's really got to rise to the occasion because he's in the perfect position to get that upset.
You really want to pick the Rams. I think it's hilarious.
I really do, man.
I kind of do too, honestly. I don't have the balls to do it though. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's Tom Brady.
Me too.
Can't do it yet. Not yet. If it happens this year though, then I'm gonna start picking against them. But nah, it hasn't happened yet. I'm not doing it. I'm rocking with the Bucs. For sure. Anything else anybody wants to say though?
Just a great weekend of football, man. I'm excited. This might be the most exciting weekend of football we've seen playoff-wise in the last few years. So make sure y'all tune in.
Yeah, these games have entertainment written all over it, man. Like there's probably going to be one game that's like a 10-point win, and the other 3 I think are all going to be like nail biters.
that's gonna do it for this edition of the God Next podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that type of stuff, and make sure you comment your picks for this weekend. And let's watch some good football this weekend. Peace.